I'm Attica Scott, former Kentucky State Representative, and you're joining me today on State Watch Nights.
We will continue to provide updates as we have more information.
Kentucky State Representative, and you're joining me today on State Watch Nights.
Here.
Councilmember Sine.
Here.
Councilmember Bass. Here. Councilmember Chapel. Here. Councilmember Reed.
Here.
Councilmember Winkler.
Here.
Councilmember Parker. Here. Councilmember Piagentini.
Here.
Councilmember Benson.
Present.
Councilmember Rui.
Here.
Councilmember Bratcher.
Here.
Councilmember Hudson.
Here.
Councilmember Bobby Woolridge.
Here.
Councilmember Batchon.
Here.
President Ackerson.
Present.
Mr. President, you have 26 on the quorum.
Fantastic. Colleagues, each year by law, the mayor presents his budget no later than the last council meeting in April. Metro Council has until the last day of June to review and pass a balanced budget. We're honored today to have with us the administration, the department directors, media, our constituents, and the mayor. And Mayor Greenberg, if you want to come forward, you have the floor, sir.
Much and good afternoon. It's a wonderful time of year here in Louisville, and you can see and feel our positive momentum in every corner of our city. The Derby Festival is underway, the best 3 weeks in Louisville. People are already arriving from all over the world to experience our city's one-of-a-kind hospitality in the weeks leading up to the greatest 2 minutes in sports. But these aren't the only weeks that we have to look forward to. We recently celebrated a new contract with Danny Wimmer Presents to keep 2 beloved, growing Louisville festivals, Bourbon and Beyond, and Louder Than Life, here for at least another decade. More people are coming to Louisville now from more places, for more reasons than ever before. And whether you're celebrating Derby Week at the track, rocking with the crowd at Louder Than Life, or you're home in bed by 9 p.m., we all have something in common. Everyone wants to be in a city that is safe, alive with new opportunities, and helping its residents succeed. And we are making progress on each of these fronts. Violent crime is way down. Shootings and homicides are down 30% this year. We are well on our way to our goal of preserving and creating 15,000 units of affordable housing. Downtown is coming back. New world-class parks and pools and libraries are opening, and so much more. And even in the face of extreme challenges, our city's resilience and support for one another has been on full display. I have never been more proud to be your mayor. Hundreds of Louisvillians attended cleanups at Waterfront Park and stepped up to support their neighbors after the historic flooding and EF3 tornado that we recently suffered. Not to mention the Herculean efforts of our Metro employees, LMPD, Louisville Fire, Emergency Services, Public Works, Fleet and Facilities, and so many more. I am so proud of the new culture we've created at Louisville Metro government, the hard work of our team to advance our priorities every day, the positive progress we are visibly making, and a new focus on high-quality performance in everything that we do. This translates into great services for our residents, a great foundation for our future, and great opportunity for the budget that I'm proposing today to all of you on Metro Council for this next fiscal year. We need to keep this incredibly positive momentum going strong. Now, it's time to push even harder So this year's $1.2 billion budget is focused on priorities, progress, and performance. We must continue to invest in our priorities, show even more progress, faster, and demand even better performance from our city government. As we take Louisville in a new direction, we have good news to share and celebrate on so many fronts. While I'm pleased with these results, I'm also impatient. We have more work to do, and we have to move faster. First, we have a surplus. Now, this isn't because we've raised taxes. This is because of our positive momentum, our growth, our focus on performance, and our responsible management of taxpayer funds. For example, in the decade before I was mayor, we made about $10 million in total from investment income. Over the first 2 years of my administration, because of strategic steps we've taken in how we invest the city's funds, our investment income has grown to nearly $40 million. That's 4 times more in just 2 years than we saw in the previous decade, just from being more effective in how we manage your money. When you add up the investment income from the current year, along with increases in other one-time and recurring revenues, we're looking at a projected budget surplus of nearly $50 million in this current fiscal year. That means more resources to invest back into our priorities next year. I start with this because I want everyone on Metro Council and everyone in our community to know that my administration is doing everything in our power to use our funds effectively and efficiently. When I stood here last year and proposed this year's fiscal budget, I acknowledged that we needed to take a new look at how we approach the city's budget, to overcome inertia, to embrace efficiency, accountability, and transparency, while being bold and providing the critical services at a very high level that make Louisville safer, stronger, and healthier. The results and momentum that we are seeing now are a direct result of that commitment. And I want to thank each of you on Metro Council, everyone in my administration, and everyone else involved in that effort. To those of you on Metro Council, thank you so much for your support of last year's budget and your partnership as we work together each and every day for the people of this city that we love. It's also been a high priority of mine to rebuild the previously broken relationship between the Kentucky General Assembly and Louisville Metro government. And I'm proud to report that that is paying off. The state's investments in Louisville have been a huge part of our positive momentum. They're supporting priorities like expanding early childhood learning, increasing housing in our urban core, improving places like Jefferson Memorial Forest, and helping us revitalize downtown through transformative projects like the Belvedere, Louisville Gardens, Community Care Campus, the LuMed District, and a new housing development around our soccer stadium. Work is already well underway on these transformative projects, and we'll continue to work with the General Assembly and each of you on Metro Council as we move forward with each of these projects. And as I have learned with one of those, the Belvedere, and numerous other projects as well, having a strong foundation is critical. And that brings me to my highest priority, public safety. Public safety is the foundation for everything that we do in Metro government. Every person in Louisville should feel safe and be safe in every neighborhood in our city. And we need to back that up with where we invest our resources. We are already seeing results. As I mentioned, shooting and homicides are down 30% this year compared to last. LMPD's training, policies, culture, recruiting, and transparency are all improving. Now we have to keep this positive momentum going and do even more. That's why my proposed budget provides our public safety professionals with the resources they need to keep everyone safe. That means larger LMPD, fire department, and EMS recruiting classes to help them continue to add the staff that they desperately need. New and updated equipment like license plate readers and cameras to help deter criminals and solve crimes, as we did just earlier today using cameras to catch individuals who were stealing things out of a vacant building downtown. And we need to use new technologies to help us respond more effectively to emergencies all across the city. I'm proposing we launch a new drone program that can respond to emergency situations like fires or hostage standoffs, so our first responders can quickly see and assess the dangers they face and formulate a plan en route to safely address the situation. We also need to continue emphasizing performance at our first responder agencies. To implement our new crime plan, Safe Louisville, which brings about a whole new approach to addressing violent gun crime, from the root causes to holding our community's most dangerous criminals accountable. And to keep moving forward with the meaningful reforms that are underway at LMPD. In addition to having the most trusted, trained, and transparent police department in the country, we also want LMPD to be the department that every prospective officer in the country seeks out. Our Summit Wellness Center is the envy of police departments and first responders nationwide, and now we need to keep it that way. And we're going to continue investing in a first-class headquarters for LMPD right down the street from here in downtown Louisville. For too long, our fire department has been underfunded, and our firehouses have been in disrepair. That's why, halfway through this year's budget, when we had an initial surplus, and thanks to your support, we directed funds for new fire engines, a new truck, and building improvements at 4 firehouses. But so many urgent improvements are still needed. One of our fire stations, Engine 23 on Kenwood Drive in the South End, isn't even able to accommodate female firefighters because of the age and small size of that building. I'm proud to announce today that my proposed budget includes funding for Louisville's first completely new fire station in 15 years to replace our We also need to keep investing in programs that have improved our first responders' performance and service delivery, like our incredibly successful deflection program, which keeps expanding and is now available in every corner of Jefferson County, even our suburban home rule cities. Deflection has helped us better respond to people in crisis and freed up our police officers to concentrate on the work that they're best trained to do, preventing violent crime and improving public safety. To that end, we're going to find more ways to improve our performance. That's why my proposed budget includes funding to add new medical professionals into our 911 call center. This program will help individuals determine the appropriate level of care, including self-care, a primary care visit, urgent care, or even directing them to an emergency department if needed. They can resolve these issues through calls, through video, and that will free ambulances up to make more emergency runs. Years of underfunding and inadequate salaries have impacted Louisville emergency medical services, and we're now fixing them. We've already raised the salaries, and we're adding paramedics. Just last Friday, we graduated a class of 18 new EMTs, and we're exploring other initiatives to help us respond to even more runs, even more quickly. We also need to continue to invest in other departments that improve public safety, like the new and improved medical contract at Louisville Metro Corrections, and adding funding at Louisville Metro ABC, which will help them do more enforcement work to protect public safety and address nuisances. have also been a huge proponent of Metro Animal Services and their never wavering commitment to help get pets adopted, even while handling the regular surges in strays and pet surrenders that stretch their capacity. My proposed budget provides additional funds to improve their operations and continue their successful spay and neutering partnership program with the Kentucky Humane Society. Public safety is clearly about more than just policing. Ultimately, it's about stability. And there's no greater foundation for stability than having a place to call home. Every Louisville family deserves access to safe, quality, affordable housing. And in Louisville, we need more housing of every type. Single-family homes, apartments, duplexes, and more. And we need more homes all across our entire city, in every single neighborhood, not just in other people's neighborhoods. That's what we created. That's why we created My Louisville Home, our roadmap to meet our goal of building and preserving 15,000 units of affordable housing. We've made great progress already, adding almost 5,000 new units of affordable housing. And we now have some great new tools from the General Assembly to build more density in our urban core. But to meet our goal, we need to double down on what works, and find even more innovative ways to move forward and move faster. So we'll provide $15 million to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund to support quality affordable housing throughout our city, and continue our support of the amazing turnaround at the Louisville Metro Housing Authority and its ongoing projects to redevelop Avenue Plaza and Doster Manor to make way for improved housing that the residents deserve. For homes that are in disrepair, those that are vacant or abandoned, we are making sure that we have the resources to temporarily clearboard them or demolish them when they can't be saved. We are also funding programs that will help developers build and preserve diverse, affordable housing options throughout our entire city. When you start building momentum, especially when you're laser focused on your priorities, that momentum starts to build on itself. And one great example is NMYUS building its first modular housing manufacturing facility in Louisville's Parkland neighborhood. It was a huge announcement and continues to be a sign of the positive economic momentum that we're creating throughout the city, in every neighborhood. Now, I'm proud to announce that this proposed budget includes funding for new modular housing pilot project to build new homes for sale in previously overlooked neighborhoods. This is a unique opportunity to build on our progress, work towards our affordable housing goals through home ownership, and support local Louisville jobs. I believe in projects where everyone wins, and that's exactly what we're seeing through our small developer fund, which is helping West End entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs in other neighborhoods around our city turn vacant and abandoned homes into new opportunities for home ownership, right in the communities they call home. Our new lien waiver program builds on that same vision. It's designed to help property owners transform neglected properties from financial burdens into assets, while creating affordable home ownership opportunities for so many families. This is the kind of progress that we're aiming for. Neighborhoods revitalized by local businesses, homes filled by longtime residents, and opportunities that stay rooted in this community. We're putting in the work to make these opportunities real. But we also know that for far too many of our neighbors, they still struggle to find a place to call home. And we're not stopping until that changes. We need to build on our progress of providing resources and shelter for those who are overcoming homelessness and other often related issues like substance abuse and mental health crises. connecting our homeless population with shelter, permanent affordable housing, and the resources they need to get back on their feet is the mission of the Community Care Campus. With your support, the Community Care Campus is now under construction. It has a temporary family shelter that's already open. And this fall, the permanent family shelter will open. This proposed budget provides additional funding to open a much-needed medical respite facility on the Community Care Campus. It will be a national model for helping people get off the streets and to start a new life. I'm also proposing that we direct some of our opioid settlement funds to create new 24-hour shelters and supportive housing. This includes shelter expansions at the Healing Place in St. Vincent de Paul that will provide more than 50 new beds for those who would otherwise be on our streets. There are so many organizations and nonprofits committed to important work all across our city. And this budget makes sure that their work continues to receive support. Some of these that are doing incredible work are here with us today. Thanks to each of you. Organizations like Goodwill Industries of Kentucky and its Another Way program, Volunteers of America and the Community Care Campus I just mentioned, Community Ministries, Dare to Care, in 7 counties, to name a few. Louisville is so fortunate to have our robust nonprofit community. We're able to support local organizations through the external agency fund grants, which are designed to address critical needs like social services and youth development, while also supporting our vibrant arts community. And beyond that, this proposed budget signals a new, more focused approach to supporting nonprofit organizations. There's no need for Louisville Metro government to try and reinvent the wheel where great work on our priorities is already being done. So we should focus our support on nonprofits that are furthering our priorities and performing at a high level. And that's exactly what this proposed budget does. It will also help us build on the incredible economic momentum that we're seeing all across our city. Revitalizing our economy has been a major priority of my administration. Last year, we saw more new jobs created than at any time since 2017. We saw investments inside and outside the waters. And this progress needs to continue. You guessed it, faster. And we need to demand even better performance from Metro government than we have in the past. That's why, last year, we created the Louisville Economic Development Alliance, our public-private partnership charged with attracting and retaining companies and a talented workforce. Your support is already paying dividends for our city. Under Trevor Paul's leadership as CEO, I've already seen more new job expansion and creation opportunities in his 2 months here than most mayors see in an entire term. I know Lena will continue to build on its amazing start with our support. Stay tuned for some incredibly exciting announcements. It's also on us to make sure that every single neighborhood in Louisville feels our economic momentum. That's why this proposed budget creates 3 new initiatives to support the unique economic development needs in the south, east, and west parts of our city. The South End Business Development Fund will provide incentives to attract retailers, restaurants, and other businesses that the South End needs to bring more amenities to the area and improve the quality of life. The East End Infrastructure Improvement Fund will provide additional funds for investment in infrastructure needs, like expanding new roads, to keep up with the amazing growth that part of our city is seeing. And the West End Community Development Investment will support Simmons College and their new STEM campus at 44th and Broadway, because what better way to support a vibrant community than a world-class college campus? Additionally, we must continue to focus on the neighborhood at the heart of our city, everyone's neighborhood. downtown Louisville. A strong, safe, vibrant downtown means a thriving Louisville. And a thriving Louisville means a growing, thriving Kentucky. So we need to continue our support of our downtown ambassadors and improve the infrastructure to connect all of downtown's attractions, the hotels and the restaurants. In fact, our ambassador program has been so successful, I'm proposing that we expand it to New Loop. And we should support some of the needed infrastructure for the $250+ million development called the Diamond District, the area around Slugger Field, which will turn a vacant parking lot into a new housing, retail, restaurants, and more, where people from across the city and beyond will live, visit, and work. We'll also help the Muhammad Ali Center launch a large capital campaign to improve its facility for the next generation and continue to bring people to Louisville from around the world. As this growth continues, our workforce needs to attract, cultivate, and retain talent. With all the momentum we're seeing, Louisville is going to be more attractive than ever to talent in the surrounding areas and beyond. And we need to continue to develop and retain our young adults in Louisville, helping them learn new skills and build prosperous careers in their hometown. So this proposed budget will help us continue our support of Kentuckiana Works and the work that it does in partnership with Goodwill through the Spot to provide free career and educational resources to young adults, and to Evolve 502 to help them provide scholarships and create a path for higher education for Louisville youth. We know success starts early, and that's why we're focused on making quality early childhood learning opportunities available to every 3- and 4-year-old in Louisville. I'll be back next year to propose annual appropriations for Thrive by 5. This year, I propose we build on the positive momentum by supporting several other important initiatives as Thrive by 5 ramps up, like the YMCA's Early Learning Readiness Program, the Ahoy Children's Museum in the Portland neighborhood. We'll also direct funds to One West, a portion of which will be used to assist in establishing a child care facility at 43rd and Broadway. I think it's important to think boldly, adapt, and create new things. And we are doing just that. It's just as important to invest in the basics of local government. Roads, sidewalks, picking up the garbage. We'll do that too. And we need to do it better than ever. So this proposed budget invests in the people that keep our city moving. I'm proposing the city buy centrally located property downtown to serve as a transit hub to help TARC implement its new strategic plan and improve its service for its riders. And we also learned a lot from this year's historic snow and freezing weather events. This budget takes all of that learning and has new investments to improve the performance of our snow team, such as using newer and better type of snowplow blades and pre-treating our roads and salt differently than we have in the past. Additionally, the years of perpetually planning projects is over. We need to get it's time to invest more in our talent at the Department of Public Works. So we'll do this by funding the newly launched Department of Transportation. And this budget will help us hire more project managers, eliminate red tape, and use funds that are already available for meeting infrastructure projects. This means converting one-way streets downtown to safer two-way streets, building roads that are more protective of drivers, bicyclists, pedestrians, and retailers alike, all while keeping up with the basic maintenance of paving and filling potholes on the streets, sidewalks, and alleys to keep us moving and make our city look even better. And speaking of looking better, we want every corner, every park, every street, every sidewalk, every alley to be photo worthy. So with this proposed budget, we are making it a priority to go all in on clean in Louisville. We're going to invest more in street sweeping, more trash cans, more waste collection staff, and more waste enforcement staff, all around the city, not just in the urban service district. It makes us safer and cleaner, and it's another way to instill a sense of safety and pride throughout our entire city. Another way to do that is by providing world-class amenities and public spaces. That's why, throughout my administration, we've prioritized investing in parks and libraries, and this budget is no different. Funding for parks and recreation is going up. We'll soon be opening the world-class pool in Algonquin Park and the renovated Baxter Community Center. These new amenities need staff and security. Our park ranger program is now underway and focused on making our parks safer and more accessible. G.G. Moore Park needs reinvestment and reimagining in partnership with Parks Alliance. I'm also proposing that we match Olmsted Park's investments for the Iroquois Park Playground, the Cherokee Park Pavilion, and the sidewalks at Central Park. And the Parks Department must speed up and increase its work on addressing deferred maintenance backlog throughout our city. This proposed budget is making investments that will continue our progress and get projects done. It will also invest in a very new and exciting project. A new project where a former homeless encampment under an overpass in the South End once stood. Highland Park Bike Park will be a world-class park that will attract visitors from around the region and provide another amenity for young adults. I also know how tough it was for our community to miss out on Thunder over Louisville this year. Now, this isn't the same as Thunder, but my proposed budget has some funding to make sure that we have a great show lined up for the 4th of July at Waterfront Park this year. And I can't wait to see everyone there at Waterfront Park. We're also providing additional funds to our libraries as we begin to reopen the branches our administration has been building or rebuilding in Parkland, Portland, and now under construction in Fern Creek. I'm also proud to announce that this budget provides $1 million in matching funds for additional books and materials at our libraries. Part of focusing on improved performance in this year's budget is also about finding ways to innovate. This means using new and emerging technologies, while at the same time finding ways to help our people perform better. This budget creates a new AI initiative to make government more efficient and more effective, like speeding up planning and zoning processes, issuing certain permits faster, producing open records more quickly, automating tasks to free people up to focus on all of our priorities. And it can do so much more. We want Louisville Metro government to be aggressive in using emerging technology safely and in ways that benefit people in all parts of our city. To be more efficient and effective, we also need to use our resources wisely. Our resources here at Louisville Metro government are limited. So even in good times, we must constantly evaluate our operations, our positions, and our programs to ensure your city government remains focused on your priorities and delivering the same performance to you that you would expect from anywhere you spend your hard-earned money. It's also no secret that there's a great deal of uncertainty in the world right now, especially when it comes to the future of certain federal funding. So we need to remain flexible and nimble in the face of that uncertainty. So I'm asking all department leaders across Louisville Metro government to take a careful look at their operations and to determine where we can eliminate expenses and roles, many through existing vacancies. I call this Louisville Metro government's least necessary spending. We'll cut $5 million in this budget of our least necessary spending. 2 years in, serving as your mayor continues to be the honor of my lifetime. It's the most challenging and fulfilling job I've ever had. And so much of our progress is thanks to the people of Louisville Metro government. I'm in awe every day of the skill, the bravery, and sacrifices of our employees. In my time as mayor, our team at Louisville Metro government has responded to historic flooding and snowstorms, stopped active shooting events, built new parks and libraries, rappelled off the 2nd Street Bridge to save a life, and so much more. All while doing the work every day to keep our city moving forward. Filling potholes, caring for people without shelter, attending neighborhood development events, protecting public health, and so many other services that we often take for granted. All of us elected officials are so fortunate to have these hardworking, committed public servants as our colleagues. And I think it's our job to thank them and take care of them. So I'm proud that on top of the historic raises that we've given to union employees, this proposed budget includes a 5% cost of living adjustment for non-union employees. I'm also proud to announce that this budget will be funding a pilot program to provide our employees with matching money to offset child care expenses. Now, it's time, once again, for all of us to join in a nonpartisan spirit in passing this year's budget to put Louisville Metro government in a strong financial position, to focus on our priorities, to build on our progress, to perform better and faster than we ever have, and to continue pushing our momentum forward to make Louisville safer, stronger, and healthier. Thank each of you very much, and I look forward to working with all of you to work together in that nonpartisan spirit to move Louisville forward. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mayor Greenberg. At this time, I will ask for a motion to take a motion. Second. Motion forward. Any objection? Objection. For 15 minutes.
Through every note, every performance, the arts connect us. The arts connect us through joy and through awe, bridging cultures and generations. From intimate theaters to the grandest stages, the arts bring us together, reminding us that we're never truly alone. When we experience the arts, we experience each other. Kentucky Performing Arts. The arts connect us.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
We will not make excuses. We will make changes.
It is our duty. It is our duty to. I must love and support. We must love.
Does the mayor still plan to spend this money in the same way following this announcement? And if so, why does he think he has the authority?
We have nothing,
to lose.
I've been here every day.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
But our chains.